And going a step further now, with the elections already over and new government already in place,
his government.
His government. We're given to believe that a lot of expectations are also there, and we have a sizable amount of the member parliaments who represent various constituencies in the federal government and in the parliament. There is a certain sense of expectations which may have eluded the kind of compensation that should have been awarded. But do you have expectations that the new government or Stephen Harper's government being repeated, and then more things would follow, and they would follow in time? Otherwise, there's always a possibility of a certain commission's report being put in a cold storage for years and years to come.
Forever.
Yeah,
forever.
Yeah.
I would expect the government, this group that they appoint, to try and arrive at a fair, generous compensation. Now, it's going to be very hard because it's going to be different amounts to different people. Some people, the whole family died. Well, there's no one to compensate. That's an unusual case. Where you have the father, who was the wage earner, die and leave his wife virtually destitute with a couple of children. That's another case that requires more compensation than where the non-working partner died.
Right.
So they have to sort that out.
Maybe rationalize that also, if they at all come out with some.
I think they have to be fair to the point that they can come to a program like this and defend what they awarded.
And in terms of other recommendations, that because it's a wide range of recommendations, as we say, so primarily all are in the interest of the country. If it has to be a polity worth its name, the fact that the kind of history we attach with the reports of the various commissions of inquiry in any country, for that matter, is not very encouraging.
They made one comment on the report and said that this report was large and it was a roadmap, and they would be reporting frequently, and maybe the election interfered. We're waiting for report number 2. Report number 1 was very vague. Now,
what does precisely that mean?
Vague?
Okay.
Well, they said they didn't agree with the national advisor. They thought they had that under control, and what they mentioned was exactly the same system they had in 1985.
Did you, as a commission of inquiry, take into account the fact that 26 years have gone by, and suggesting these offices and suggesting certain very crucial and vital changes would be relevant to the times as you're living? Primarily, the commission is set up in 2006 and the report comes in 2010. So I think by and large the things should be very timely and topical, the recommendations. So there's not much reason to believe that,
No, but from 2006 to 2010 is a long time for a commission. But there was difficulty getting evidence. Police officers had been transferred. People had died. Some people had Alzheimer's disease. Government agencies didn't always cooperate with the documents. We had to threaten to shut the commission down. We finally got documents. We were finally satisfied that we knew the whole story. But it was like pulling teeth. That report should have been out earlier. If we'd had the kind of cooperation the government expected us to get, it would have been out earlier. So if it had been out earlier, would the results be different? I can't answer that question. I can tell you that this is not going to die because there's enough people that keep the press in Canada keep asking the government what they're doing. The government's going to be forced to answer. But there's nothing wrong. In fact, it'd be useful if members of Parliament took a bigger part, and the families themselves write to their member of Parliament, write to the newspaper editorial page, because the government spent a lot of money, 4 years, a big staff, and a lot of report, and a lot of recommendations, which, as I think I said already, almost every country could benefit from some of these.
Going beyond this inquiry report, you know, for the families, for the people who got killed, any other thing that you would like to mention, and any other piece of advice that you like for the government other than what you have recommended in this inquiry, something which was not a part of the brief or the terms of the references that you were entrusted with?
Yeah, only that they have to keep, the inquiry was really the result of their efforts, the families. I think they should continue with respect to the implementation of the report, not only the compensation, but some of the comments on air security, baggage, cargo. It's their lives.
And certainly, it is the improvement in the systems that you're talking about. We feel really gratified after this conversation with you, and we are indeed obliged that you took your time out and come to our studio and have this discussion with us. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
So Justice John Major, we had an extensive talk with him. Justice John Major साहब दी और रिपोर्ट आ चुकी है, 1 साल हो चुका है, लेकिन हुण कैनेडा दी फैडरल सरकार दे उत्ते निर्भर हैगा भी ਉਹ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਸੁਝਾਅ ਨੂੰ, ਰეკਮੈਂਡੇਸ਼ਨਸ, ਆਬਜ਼ਰਵੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸ ਹੱਦ ਤੱਕ ਲਾਗੂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ। ਇੱਕ ਬੜੀ ਚੁਣੌਤੀ ਵੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ, ਤੇ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਜਸਟਿਸ ਜੌਨ ਮੇਜਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਨਕਲੂਜਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਪਰਿਵਾਰਾਂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਲ ਦਹਾਕਿਆਂ ਤੱਕ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਤੋਂ ਪਬਲਿਕ ਓਪੀਨੀਅਨ ਬਿਲਡ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਇਸ ਮਾਮਲੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਿਆਂ ਹਾਸਲ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਸਿਰਫ ਕੰਪਨਸੇਸ਼ਨ ਅਵਾਰਡਸ ਤੱਕ ਸੀਮਿਤ ਨਾ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ ਹੋਰ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਬ੍ਰੌਡਰ ਸੁਜੈਸ਼ਨ ਜਾਂ ਰეკਮੈਂਡੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਸਟਿਸ ਮੇਜਰ ਕਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਦੀਆਂ, ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਇਨਫੋਰਸ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਯੋਗਦਾਨ ਰਹਿਣ, ਤੇ ਪਬਲਿਕ ਓਪੀਨੀਅਨ ਤੇ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ਼ਰ ਇੱਕ ਆਪਣਾ ਰੋਲ ਅਦਾ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਇਸ ਫੈਡਰਲ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਇੰਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਅਪਾਉਣ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ, ਤੇ ਇੰਡੋ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਪਾਰਲੀਮੈਂਟਸ ਦਾ ਰੋਲ ਵੀ ਦੇਖਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਕੁਝ ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਉਮੀਦ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜਸਟਿਸ ਜੌਨ ਮੇਜਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਚੰਗੀ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ। feedback@ptcnetwork.tv ਸਾਡਾ ਈਮੇਲ ਆਈਡੀ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਫੀਡਬੈਕ ਭੇਜੋ। ਲੈਣੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ। ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਬਣੇ ਰਹੋ, ਖਬਰਾਂ ਜਾਰੀ ਨੇ।